Oscar, Cal said you were playing a video game tonight out there. How did it feel to get in that kind of groove?
I was playing video game. I don't know. I can't remember that. I just feel good. It feel good. Like today, I just probably the happiest day. We thank God.
You started the second half real strong, I guess. You know, you had a strong first half, but what was the key for you coming out strong with those first? I think it was 8 points, the 2 and 1s, you were just amped up.
That was the plan. Coach just want to go through me, and because they were not stopping me, and we tried. It worked because they will not double me. I just go one-on-one. If I miss, it's foul. So that's what coach said. Let's just keep going to him, and it was a good game. We fight.
What was the difference as a team in the first half where you guys were slow and 8-point deficit, and then to turn it around in the second half? What was the key?
Yeah, we know they're a good team. They was going to run. They was going to try to do some different things. Second half, the coach just said, let's just keep running them and go to the bigs. And we switched the game, gave me flip around. It was great.
It felt like you were putting together lines like this almost every night last season. It hasn't happened as much for you this year. You had that big game against Yale. But is this kind of like a vintage Oscar night a little bit?
Well, coach, you talk about a lot of things. So, you know, since I was injured, it was like recovery. It took me a lot of time to be in the gym, just to do a lot of good things. I thank God I'm back good. I'm feeling great. So now I'm just spending a lot of time in the gym.
Oscar, tonight you hit a lot of free throws. It went 13 from 18. You guys had struggled earlier. You'd struggled earlier in the year. What does it do to your game when you're hitting those free throws, and how much have you had to practice getting that routine back down?
It helped us a lot. Free throws help us win the game against Tennessee. If we were not making free throws, we had no chance to win. And our defense. And I like our defense, how we're playing. We just stay locked in. We just trying to stop the ball. That's why everybody now in the gym, especially working on the free throws. So,
Coach said he's telling you to dunk more.
Yes.
Did you feel like you were dunking enough, or tell
I
me
did
about
not
that?
feel like I was dunking enough. I told Coach, if I'm going one-on-one with them boys, no, I'm going up dunk on them. Especially when they just say, let them go one-on-one. But if they come double team, it's very hard. I just got to look, trying to finish quick or just trying to pass up.
Were you not dunking enough early in the year?
I was not.
Why?
Because I was getting recovery from my knee surgery.
Mm-hmm.
But now I feel like I'm back.
Oscar, you said after the South Carolina game that this team was struggling to fight. Do you think they've got their fight back?
We got our fight back, and everybody now locked in, and I'm so proud of my boys. We came together. Sometimes I invite them in my room to have dinner and just talk about everything. What do you think? What is your idea? What can we do next to help our team? So we start liking each other. Now we just come together and we just play, having fun. So we love this.
When did you do that? Invited them over. When was that?
This couple of days, I'm just going to group chat, send them a message, I encourage, especially the Word of God. They need to hear that, especially when you're going through a tough time. The only thing that can help you up is the Word of God. I just send the Bible verses. I just send them a message. Read this, listen to this. It's going to help you. Now everybody just know how good we are. And then they're not letting things easy anymore. We're just fighting. We look good.
Oscar, coach said that your teammates wanted you to get 50. Were you keeping track of how much you had, either points or rebounds throughout the game?
No, I did not track. I was just playing. I play to win. I don't really mind about how I do. I just fight. Just fight. I look at trying to look at score at the end of the game. Coaches, some people say, you guys were down 8 points against Tennessee, but you were back here, you were clapping. I said, I did not know we were down by 8 points. I thought we were winning. So I was just clapping and motivating my team. If you look at score, he's going to try to make you think different, but just fight. Trying to look at score at the end of the game. That's when you're going to see I'm a fighter.
You mentioned the extra time in the gym. Where do you feel the biggest difference in the game after you get that time back in the past couple of weeks?
It changed a lot. I'm working on my game. Now I got a little bit open up again. I'm not just catching, just back it up because they are coming. When I open up, I see them coming. So that means like somebody's open. All my teammates are moving. Shoot it. They shoot and I fight. I can't even believe. Like sometimes I just don't believe the thing I'm doing. Like 37 and 24. That is insane. I just don't understand. I just fight. I don't look up. I don't do anything. I just fighting. Even the Bible says, hard work always brings good things. So I'm just fighting until the end.
When did you know those were your point and rebound totals?
At the end of the game, I just look up. The only thing I was just asking, because I hate looking at score. I hate looking at those things because it makes you kind of feel like if you're down by a lot, it makes you kind of think like different. But if even you're down by a lot, but you don't look at score, you're just gonna keep fighting because you don't know what is going on. You're just fighting the good fight until the end.
When you were still recovering from the knee injury, what was different physically? What couldn't you do maybe at the beginning of the season that you feel like you can do now?
I could do more. The doctor told me don't do too much because we don't want to get something back. It was great to just take it slow. And I was kind of like mentally like messed me out a little bit because I never had a surgery before. So my mind, I was like, he might come back. Let me not do that. Let me not do this. But now I just play free. So God free me from all that.
Yeah, did it affect the way you either like jumped or cut or like that kind of stuff?
It did. I was not jumping. I was just jumping one knee. I did not do a lot of different things. I did not defend it really good. But now I'm back. I just do a lot of different things. Still run, dunk the ball, a lot of different things.
Can you explain the difference of emotion today than when you were sitting here a week ago after the South Carolina?
I just feel so great today because now we feel a lot of positive. Now we see what we can do. It's just different vibe because we won. We think we got a confidence, and I believe in my teammates. I believe in everybody, my coaches. We're just gonna keep fighting. I cannot promise anything, but I'll just keep fighting. The only thing I promise, fight.
Let's start off, talk about Oscar's performance tonight.
Man, he played like a beast today, man. That's the Oscar we've been waiting for real, man. Like, he just went out there and just was the old Oscar, man. He just down there getting every rebound, putbacks, dunking. Man, that's what we needed.
Did you have any, or did he show any indication that he was going to come out and maybe drop a game like this, or?
Oh, he had a little mohawk going. He had like his old mohawk. We was all like, oh yeah. They was like, the old teammates was like, oh yeah, that's Oscar. He used to do that when he was younger and stuff. I'm like, oh, for real? He used to be. They say he was in his prime when he had that mohawk.
So that was the difference.
Yeah, I think that's when we knew he was gonna go crazy or something. So, yeah.
Now yourself, you've been kind of getting a little bit more of a groove. It feels like out there. How do you feel like you're coming along the last few games?
Oh, I feel like I'm coming along, man. You know, guys trusting me, guys believing me, Coach Tshiebwe believing me, and you know, I just feel like I belong out there and continue doing what I'm doing, whatever it takes to win.
How is playing alongside CJ right now, having you two out there, being able to spread the floor a little bit more and get more shots off?
Oh man, it spreads the floor a lot. Me and him, we knock down shooters and we make sure we get each other open, and other teammates do as well. So, that's a good thing about it.
Was there a sense that maybe you all had to, come out a little bit more energetic than normal just because of how things went with the Tennessee game?
Yeah,
you
we
didn't want to lay an egg, kind of
more pump. Just the shoot around we had. You could tell that we had a lot more energy, a lot more focus when we was out there. So that's what brought us, in the game. We were just pumped up and ready to go.
What was the locker room like at halftime?
Locker room, everything was gonna be good. It was down, a couple points, but we just kept our head. And Coach said we good. Just stay focused out there and make sure we talk on D.
What changed defensively in the second half? Cal mentioned they were beating you off the bounce in the first half. How did you change that in the second half?
Oh, just backing up. Just giving them a little bit of space. Just not playing too much aggressive on them, too much on his hip. So that's the adjustment.
What about offense? Was it just kind of, give it to Oscar a little bit, or was there a real wholesale change from the first half to the second half?
Oh, yeah, Oscar's hot. You get it to Oscar, man. He's going to do something with it. That was one of the game plans. But, if they crash on Oscar, just relocate and, just make sure, I'm open or, whoever open, hit them if you get, crashed on. So, yeah.
Was there a time in the game when you thought, wow, what is this guy doing? Oscar's playing. The way he was
Oscar?
playing, did you think, wow, look at what he's doing?
Oh, yeah. It was one time he just, grabbed. It was 4 dudes on him, and he just went up and got an N1. I'm like, Jesus Christ. This man is going wild. He's going crazy out there. And then it was just surprised me because, I never seen him really go crazy like that. I heard stories of him, doing 20 plus and 20 points, but I see him with my own 2 eyes. It's crazy.
One thing to hear about it, another thing to see it.
Yeah. It's one of those moments for sure, man. Dunking everything, going back up, dunking. I'm like, oh snap.
When he's having a good night, how much easier does it make it for you guys to do what you need to do?
Oh, it made it, really easy on us, man. Just feeding him the ball, man. He's just gonna do something with it, like I see it. So, just make sure we just lock in on D and make sure we talk as a team and make sure we do what we need to do on the floor. And then offensive end, if he's hot, we gonna get the ball.
That Tennessee game, how much did that help you guys today? You all seemed a lot more loose, it seemed like, in the pregame. Smiles on faces. You guys just seemed a lot more comfortable and happy.
Yeah, that Tennessee game really sparked, us, like I said in previous interviews, man. Like, we just needed that, we needed that win. And, it just brought joy to us as a team. And you could just tell while we was out there on that floor. So, we definitely needed that, and we definitely continue to do what we do.
Cal's talked a lot about stacking wins at this point. To have the second one now under your belt, what does that mean for this team as a whole and for you as an individual too?
Team as a whole, man, it's great, man. Everybody's happy. That's the thing. When you win, everybody's happy, man. For me individually, if I win, it makes me happy. So I'm fine with it, man. Just getting that dub is all we need, man. That's the end of the day.
Congrats, Tom.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You talked about you felt like you needed that Tennessee game. Really going into this game, being down at halftime, you guys have never won. Do you feel like to that point you kind of needed this one too to prove that, hey, being down at half and everything, we can still come back and win?
Yeah. Being down at half, we've been down at half a couple times, but this one was different, like you said, winning that Tennessee game, it sparked us, man. Put some fire under us. So, we all, just came out to see at that halftime, and we just ended up knowing what we was gonna do when we get out there. So yeah.
So they had a dude playing a point guard for a little bit. Just how does he do that in practice too, or just kind of what's his versatility like out there?
Oh yeah, the dude's versatile. Definitely, like you said, he was playing point in practice, and he's actually getting comfortable with it. He was a point in high school, I heard. So, him being out there and running point, everybody's cool with it because he's been working on that stuff, working on his ball handling, working on his decision making and things like that. So, definitely one of those things that he's getting better at.
Congrats on the win. How does this one feel?
Thank you. This one feels good, coming off of our last home game was a loss, coming back and getting the win. Had two tough games against Tennessee and Georgia, to coming out with wins and stacking them up.
Yeah, Cal said after the game that he asked you guys, did you like the taste in your mouth after the South Carolina game or after that Tennessee game, and wanted to sort of use that as motivation today? How much were you guys able to think about that before this one?
We were just ready to go fight again. We knew it was going to be another war, and we've been talking about stacking wins, so that's what we're doing right now.
What changed in the second half?
I would say we started playing with more intensity. We started finishing, made more shots. It started off a little slow, but as the game went on, we found our rhythm.
What about defensively? Cal mentioned they were beating you off the bounce in the first half. How did you change that around in the second half?
I'd say just sticking with the scheme. We were kind of lacking on that part a little bit, but we thought about locking in on that and slowing them down a little bit.
I have to ask you about Oscar Tshiebwe's performance. I mean, a career night for him. I feel like we've said that like 6 times in the last 2 years, but for you, what was it like to get to see him work like that in person?
It's unbelievable. Like, I was talking to CJ during one of his free throws, and I looked up, I said, dang, he was like, yeah, it's crazy, it's unbelievable. So just feeding him and letting him go to work, and he's just gonna do what he does.
When do you think Oscar realized he was on his way to a night like that?
I don't even think he knew. Like, he's just team-oriented, and he's not worried about himself. So I'm sure he looked up and he was like, dang, I'm doing pretty good. But I don't think he was just trying to force it and chase those stats.
What was the message at halftime?
Keep fighting. It's a little slow right now. We're not making as many shots, but we know they'll start falling and lock in more on defense, those straight-line drives.
Thanks, Cason.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cal talked about the last 2 weeks with Oscar in the gym. Just what have you noticed about him and just how much more he's been in there?
It showed tonight that he's been putting in the work in. I mean, when he's doing stuff like that, it's pretty unstoppable, you know. I mean, he's just playing, and you look up and you got numbers like that is unheard of.
Same with Adu. He's kind of, growing into himself as well. What can you say about just the time he spent in the gym and how much he's grown?
He get in and play hard, you know. He does as much as he can, like bringing energy, getting offensive rebounds, you know. Just sticking his nose in there and making tough plays, you know, for us.
When you had a tough first half shooting wise, come out in the second half, he scores like something like 9 straight points. How does that impact your offense? Did you and other guys on the team, start to also get into that groove with him?
Definitely, it brought a lot of energy to us. You know, he was getting and ones and making free throws, but we came into a huddle, we just throw it to him. Everybody was on the same page, and it happened for him.
Cal said it looked like Oscar was playing a video game.
Definitely.
Is that what it felt like to be watching it as a teammate?
Playing, I didn't know until later on in the game. I looked up at the scoreboard and I was like, wow, that's crazy. So I'm happy for him, you know. Crazy.
You kind of took over point guard duties there, there in the second half. I think 8 to 19 minutes in the second half is the primary one. Just what's your comfort level right now at that position?
I'm pretty comfortable at the one right now, but with Sai not playing that much, I mean, I feel like he helped me a lot, but when he's out on the court, I feel like it's more comfortable and it's more smooth because he knows what he's doing. He's been there. He knows everything.
How's your back feeling? It seems like you're still wearing that brace as you're checking into the game.
Yeah, back's feeling good. Just trying to keep doing stuff to prevent injury. So
how much of it were you powering through there in the second half? Because you played a lot of minutes, obviously. The first and second half against Tennessee, you played a few at the start of the half and then sat for a while. But here at the second half, as you said, you played all those minutes. Were you powering through anything?
No, I was feeling fine. We got a great training staff and they help us out a lot. And I mean, they just made sure that I was doing things before this game to where I wouldn't have any pain. So.
Oscar said that you guys seemed like you were having fun out there together. A couple games ago, they talked about just everybody needing to fight. Does it feel like you guys are finally starting to come together as a team, or is it more just stuff's clicking on the court?
A little bit of both. Once we see somebody doing good, I mean, I feel like it pumps everybody else up. Like, we're not selfish or, it's his night and I'm not doing too much. I'm not pouting. I'm still bringing energy on the bench. Like, I feel like we're all coming together more.
What does it do for you guys when you see Oscar having a game like he had tonight?
Like I said, it just brings everybody else up. Like, it gives us more confidence because, I mean, we know we're going to be open because he's drawing so much attention and we just got to make plays.
You feel like you all found a pretty good rhythm in that second half? Does it look like
it looks like he had got a good rhythm. Look like Oscar got a good rhythm down the stretch, but I mean, we was just playing ball. We was just having fun, really.
How do you describe that performance Oscar put together? Cal said it was like he was playing a video game.
Definitely. It's crazy. I've never seen nothing like that with my own eyes.
What is that like for you guys, just knowing you got to feed him, just feed him at that point?
Like you said, just feed him. There's nothing we can do. I mean, he's going to fight, get rebounds, and be Oscar. That was Oscar.
What's it going to take for you guys to do this consistently now? You put together games like this back-to-back, although you struggled in the first half. Can you do this every night?
We're just trying to stack wins every day, First half, we were trying to get wins. We tried to win the first half, we won the second half. So just keep stacking wins day by day.
You guys went through an 8-minute stretch without subbing, and a lot of you guys were in foul trouble at the time, were 3 fouls. What kind of discipline did it show for you guys to stay in the game, not have to come out with any more fouls, that kind of thing?
Just whatever the team needs, You don't want to be out there fouling and having to come out when, other players are in foul trouble and things like that. Just being a team player and knowing what it takes.
What was the key just from first to second half? Just what changed once you guys got out of the break?
We started making shots. Shots started falling. We were more locked in on defense, I feel like our help side was better, our on-ball defense was better, and we just stuck to the skin.
You shot your first free throw in an SEC game tonight. Did you realize that? And have you been asking what I got to do to get a call or two?
Nah, I haven't. I mean, I got up there, I felt confident, made the first one. Unfortunately, the second one did not go in, so that hurt.
Is it tough to get into a free throw shooting rhythm when you're not getting to them?
Nah, I mean, free throw is the same every time. You know, there's no change in the free throw.
In the pick and roll, they were going under it in the second half and knocked down some jumpers coming off it. Do you feel slighted when you see somebody kind of going under the screen?
Definitely. It gives me more time and more space to get a shot off. So if they keep going under, I have a ball.
Cason, Cal described Chris as tough as nails in the postgame. Just how have you seen Chris progress over the course of this season? How important is he to what you all are trying to do as a team?
He's a very key piece. He made great plays tonight, you know, getting offensive rebounds and just being gritty and making those tough plays. You know, he was out there fighting, and it showed. Like, he had a great game.
Seems like he could maybe play that sort of spark plug role for you all going forward.
Definitely. I mean, we started him for a reason, you know. He's bringing energy, he's playing hard, and he's making the right plays.
What's CJ's leadership meant for these last 2 games?
He's been very positive, just keeping us all together and making sure nobody falls off, you know. We're all together, and we're going to keep winning.
Thank you.